What's up, guys? Very good morning. In this misty and chilly morning, I'm back here again to explore a complete new destination. I think my local border friends have already been identified where I'm standing now. But for the concern of my those friends who are far away from here and never visited this place, I would like to mention that now I am standing on the edge of Gajoldoba barrage, one of the most important birding hotspot of West Bengal, India. It is a dream destination for birdwatchers and photographers since my childhood. On my left side, you can see the wide, vast Tista River. Actually, this is the upstream of Tista River. On my previous video, I was shooting on the downstream of the same river. And on my right side, you can see the vegetation-infested wetland. That is also a very good birding hotspot. Actually, through this wetland, I will go to the main river to explore the birding species over there. Both the river and the wetland are controlled by the barrage authority. Due to some restriction, I can't show you the barrage. The water level of both of these places are controlled artificially by the barrage authority. It is reported that over 70 individual species visit this wetland and river each year, and some elusive species surprises us every year. From bean goose to red-breasted merganser, from falcon duck to golden eye, all the starbirds at least once visited this place, and that's why this place is so much important to birdwatchers and photographers. And not only that, the concerned departments like tourism department and forest departments are also giving very importance to this place. So friends, why are we waiting? Let's explore the place and let's see what we get today. Let's go with me. Come on. Now I am going to the country boat, and before going to the boat, I would like to introduce one of the experienced boatman, Thakur. He is the most experienced one who knows this area like his palm. He knows where to go to see which bird and when to go. He even knows almost all the English names of the species available here. Let's meet Thakur. Now we are going to the boat. The speciality of this type of country boats are these boats can go easily to the shallow waters where other boats can't do, and in the shallow water generally waders and small birds like jacanas and other birds generally forage. So if you want to photograph these kinds of birds, then you must have to avail this kind of country boats. And this is great crested grebe, a regular visitor of this wetland. They are excellent diver. This one is also in non-breeding plumage. It is reported that these birds breeds from Kutch, Gujarat and Ullar Lake of Kashmir to Afghanistan and Balochistan's high altitude lakes, and wintering mostly in low foot lakes, large reservoirs and coastal lagoons. Sun has shining again, and we are sailing towards the main river through this wetland. Amazing view you can see here. Behind me you can see Thakur is sailing his country boat. You can see here some varieties of submerged and floating aquatic plants like hogla, water hyacinth, white water lily, white water snowflake, and so on. These plants are the main shelter of numerous macrophytes and invertebrates, and small bush birds like dusky warbler, common chipchap, plain prania, common bush chats, reed warblers, and parafield warblers, and also a very good food source of common moorhen, purple swamp hen, and jacana. River lapwing is a lapwing species which formerly known as spar-winged plover, which is closely resembles to the spar-winged lapwing of Africa. It is a resident bird of Indian subcontinent eastward to Southeast Asia. This bird is now considered in near threatened in IUCN status due to its massive habitat loss. Now we are entering from the wetland to the mainstream of the river through this channel. This is a flock of mallards which are very common winter visited to this area. A rather large and heavy dabbling duck with a longish bill and head. Breeds throughout the temperate and subtropical areas of USA, Eurasia and Northern Africa, and they prefer to spend their winter in Southeast Asia. Mallards are the main ancestor of most breeds of domesticated ducks. Common greenshanks are quite common and widespread shorebirds wintering here every year. These birds breed across Europe and coastal Asia and Indian subcontinent. Moves in flocks and found both on coasts and inland rivers, estuaries, mudflats, mangrove swamps, and lagoons. These birds feeds on water insects, small worms, small molluscs, fishes, and crustaceans. It often seen that they walking along to the shoreline or riverline to chase small prey in shallows. You can see here armies are firing shells. This is a very big problem. You can hear they are firing shells over there. Birds are scared. They are very much scared and disturbed. I don't know how this kind of problem be solved, but concerned department should look after this matter, because this is a prime location. Lots of birds harbors here, and if this kind of disturbance goes on, then in coming days I think no winter migrant birds we can see here. Here Thakur is trying to find some birds with my binocs, and I think he has got something. Here is a non-breeding pelasgal with a group of northern lapwing and common green shank. Here is a group of northern lapwing, the most beautiful looking member of lapwing families. These are widespread winter migrant in Himalayan foothills and Assam valleys. They breed in Palearctic region and prefer to do their wintering in large wetlands and rivers in Southeast Asia. They are usually gregarious and always moves in big flocks. Northern lapwing generally feeds on invertebrates such as earthworms and insects. It also consumes beetles and larvae, ants, flies, moths, crickets, and also spiders and snails. They generally feeds in cultivated lands and the river beds both day and night. Over there is a big flock of Pacific golden plover. Silently I am going close to them and will try to take some good footage. Stay tuned to watch it. Pacific golden plover or lesser golden plovers are completely winter visitor to the coast of entire region, including some large rivers like Tista, from their breeding ground of northern Asia, western Alaska and Siberia. These beautiful shorebirds always move some big flocks to the coastal lines of India, feeding throughout the day on small insects, molluscs, crustaceans, small fishes, and even eggs of small birds. These are very vocal birds and have a typical nature that they prefer to run than fly away when any threat detected. These are considered as a passage migrant in this region. After crossing Himalaya, they generally spend a couple of days here and then move forward to the southern coast of India. Generally we can see here them here in November and December, and again in the return migration we can see them here on March and April. You can see here a small flock of female common merganser. These birds are always in preferred list of wildlife and bird photographers due to their gorgeous looks. It is a widespread winter visitor to this area, breeds in Southeast Asia, Tibet and Ladakh, and prefer to do their wintering in Himalayan foothill rivers and some rivers in Assam Valley. You can see here how they feed, submerging their heads in shallows. Like their high-speed flying, in water also they can be very fast swimmer and excellent diver. I was very lucky that I could be able to get some good footage of how they feed, how they catch fish in floating water. This bird generally moves in small to medium flocks containing at least 3 to 4 gorgeous looking males in a single group. Look at this bird, a marlin. This is a lifer for me, a prized catch no doubt, a very rare winter visitor, and I think probably it is the first ever seen here in this winter. Actually, this bird looks so similar with female crystals that easily it can be overlooked. This bird are also called pigeon hawk due to its low flying style like pigeon. It breeds in Northern America and Mexico. There it calls also urban raptor, and it spent the winter in Balochistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and sometimes in Bhutan and Nepal. A sharp and silent hunter, its main target birds are sparrows, larks, small birds like plovers and lizards, and so on. This is common redshank, a winter visitor to the coastline and some inland large rivers of India like Tista. They prefer to breed in high altitude lakes of Eurasia and spend their winter in Southeast Asia. This bird is usually solitary or 5 to 10 in a group foraging on the riverline or shoreline. They feed mostly on small fishes, insects, earthworms, and small molluscs, picking them from water surface and chasing them in shallow water, which you can see here. This is non-breeding Kentish plover, a widespread winter visitor to entire coastline and inland large rivers of northern, northwestern and southern India. Breeds in Europe, northwestern Africa and Ethiopia in 3 different times of the year. These are ground nesting birds building their nest with plant materials, small shells, twigs and grasses on riverbed. While returning back in the evening, I was lucky enough that I could be able to see and photograph a big herd of wild elephant feeding on the Hogla grassland in the riverside.